SubSecond Podcast. This is Hema, the Enterprise Manager of Team Nautilus, and joining me today is just my team. Alright, let me introduce you guys to each and every one of them. Starting off with Dhruv, the Team Manager.
Hello.
Then we have Gaurav, the Graphic Designer.
Hello.
Rakshan, the Design Engineer.
Hello.
And Rohan, the Research and Development Manager.
Hi.
Now, how are you guys doing today?
Good.
Pretty good.
This is just another team meeting, except, yes, tired, that's something. Also, full disclosure, I am going through a flu, so my voice might be a little stuffy. I apologize for that. Anyway, how are you guys doing today? Apart from being tired, excited for having a team meeting, but it's being recorded this time?
It's new, I guess, for everyone because, because it's being recorded, we can't, there's not that same, we can't speak freely. We have to think and speak. Yeah, definitely, it's a different experience.
100%. I mean, yes, it is our first time recording a podcast. But, this is an F1 in Schools podcast. And, the first question that I'll just ask you guys is, how has F1 in Schools been so far?
As the Nationals manufacturing engineer and the world's team manager, also F1 Schools has been quite a journey for I'm sure for all of us, but for me specifically, it's been quite a long and tumultuous journey to say the least. If you asked me probably 3-4 years ago that would I be part of F1 Schools, I would say no, because I didn't know even what it was. But then since 2021, since I joined the competition, it's been a long road in which you learn so much new technologies and the how to speak to sponsors, how to present yourself, all these real world scenarios which you don't get until you reach 30-40 once you complete your education and get to a job, and then you get this experience. But we're getting these life experiences right now, so definitely it's a wonderful journey. But yeah, it's got its own pros and cons.
Agreed. Honestly, specifically with our school, we have quite a lot of legacy behind us. And I remember me being I think I was in 6th grade and looking at this car just, going through the track in about a second's time. And I was like, no, I'm not smart enough to do this. And just 2 to 3 years later, opportunity comes into my door. What about you, Dakshin? How's F1 in Schools been with you?
It's definitely been quite a journey to say. We started back in 2021 and since then been part of this competition.
Mm-hmm.
It's taught me a lot, especially people. I've always had trouble communicating with people and being in a team with focused on a goal and working towards it. It has helped me communicate with my peers and work with them. And also in sponsorship meetings, talking to people and then just helped me in general. It also taught me to work under pressure, especially with our nationals journey, especially. Work under pressure, work in the last minute, take quick decisions which have a high risk, but yes, definitely it has helped a lot.
Agreed. Rohan's laughing a lot. Rohan, do you want to share your journey so far?
Well, to sum it up, it's been wild, okay, in one word. It all started back in 2020 when we first made the team. I came into this competition knowing nothing about it. But slowly, as I learned what F1 is, what F1 in schools is, and what we do in it, it really captivated me. I really liked it. So it's been a fun journey, and I really got to learn a lot. Just like Rakshan said, just talking to people, communicating, and my overall confidence is just elevated. So I'm just truly happy to be here.
Agreed. And after so far, we've cracked it. That's Rohan's go-to line that he also said at Nationals 2022. Okay, let's come to the new guy who came from nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. And he just became our graphic designer one fine day. How has F1 in Schools been to you so far? He's completely new to all of this.
Yeah, I'm completely new, as you said, and I feel like my journey has just begun. All the stuff is still to come, but till now, it's been very fun and not always fun, but it's been very fun. Sometimes it's been tiring. Sometimes it's been, well, I don't want to say like, I don't know how to
Yeah,
describe it.
definitely.
Okay, yeah,
We
it's been,
understand.
yeah,
Everyone at school is just like, I definitely agree. It's like a mixed emotion, right? Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're sad, sometimes it's rewarding, sometimes it's the most frustrating thing we're ever going to go through. I completely agree with that. I mean, especially with nationals, the amount of mishaps that we as a team faced and that was thrown at us, it was absolutely insane. I think in every aspect, especially engineering also. Rakshan, you'd agree with me when I say this. The
Yes,
difficulties
definitely.
that you faced with everything. In fact, I can't imagine this. Dakshin, by the way, also did our reaction time in nationals. How was doing the reaction time under like so much pressure? Like everyone's looking at you. If you mess this up, everything's gone.
Yeah, definitely. The reaction time, even that, since like the morning we didn't have much sleep, and then we had all our bit display trauma in the morning of the competition, and then like coming, I was just tired in general, but wash my face came for the reaction time, and then like just breathing, try to stay calm, didn't like think about all the people watching over me and just the pressure in general. So just stayed calm, five lights, lights off, and away we go.
Agreed. Honestly, especially that day, it was completely different. And I remember this. I mean, the Nationals day itself was a very memorable day. Back then, it seemed like a very like trauma-filled day with like, oh my god, we don't know what's happening with the pit display. And I even remember this when Rakshan was doing the reaction time, he was shaking till the last minute, like his hands were shaking and his hands was not on the trigger. And I was like, what is this boy doing? He needs to press the trigger and the car needs to go. But thankfully, we got a good reaction time, and thankfully, all of that came that. But I mean, even with world finals, there's been so much of changes with role and everything, like especially Dhruv. He's from the manufacturing engineer straight up to the team manager. How is it like dealing with us? I'm pretty sure it's a task.
Yeah, I mean, when I first came to the competition, like now I was on part of like I had no clue. So at that point of time, I was like not that involved. I didn't want to take up a project which I didn't know anything about. So while I was manufacturing engineer, seeing the different aspects and learning from the best of the best. So then when the world finals came to the time and then when the opportunity arose, I'm like, I might as well take it because, throughout nationals, like I learned everything, like from manufacturing to, marketing, sponsorships, the importance of graphics. Like before nationals, I didn't know all of this, but for worlds, I felt like I had sufficient knowledge. And so then when I took up the team manager, it's a lot more responsibility, definitely, because whatever, responsibilities and roles that do not fall under the purview of graphics, engineering, or for display gets put on your head. And like you have to be stretched between all the departments because you got to help the sponsorship team, you need to help the engineering team. So yeah, it's a big step up, but definitely it got its rewards. Like when the sponsorship team gets a sponsorship, like it's not just a sponsorship, but you also feel so good. And like when the design team gets the car on the track which goes like 1.06 or 1.07, like you feel like a ecstatic feeling, so that I also would say is like as becoming a team manager. And definitely the roles, like all of you have done like a very stupendous job, so I don't have to be so much behind you to do the
Oh
work that
my god, all of us are honored. I don't think we have seen Dhruv compliment us ever throughout this entire journey. It's just because of this podcast, he's being extra sweet. Uh, yeah, I don't think he means that. Well, wait, let's talk about the most frustrating job. I think all of you will agree with me when I say this: graphics. Specifically, I, as an enterprise manager, am behind the graphics team all the time. Rohan was our graphic designer before at Nationals, and we've had multiple fights because I wanted something at a deadline, he wouldn't give it to me, and I wouldn't really understand how much time is supposed to take, and no one just used to make promises. How was all that pressure during nationals? Rohan had many sleepless nights, by the way, also because of this.
Well, of course, yeah. Starting like ranging from the portfolio to the print display,
Uh-huh.
it was really hectic. And but the thing is, I had fun. That's all that matters. That's all that matters for me. So I really enjoyed the journey of being a graphic designer.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to know how Gaurav is feeling right now.
Yeah, actually, did you tell him that Gaurav, when you're coming in as like a graphic designer, this is what you're going to have to
I mean,
face?
I gave him some warnings that it's not
Gave
going
me
to be easy.
warnings
It's going to be
after
tough.
I became graphic designer. I joined the thing, and then he tells me all these stories of him crying.
Yeah, no, I also got in a fight with, I mean, technically, Gaurav was like really mad at me because I wanted like our uniforms at a certain time. And I remember just venting to Rakshan, like, oh my God, how can Hema give me so much work like right now? I'm just new, I'm just here.
Look, bro, but like I wasn't really mad because I never get mad. So like, you know,
Uh-huh.
I was pretty chill, I think. So like, yeah,
I don't remember it like that, but sure. If you say so. But yeah, how's your graphics designer journey been so far?
it's very fun. I mean, for most of it is very fun because like you get to learn so many different new softwares, and like when you complete a certain work and then it looks good to you, it just feels very nice. So yeah, it's just it's just fun, to be honest. But then sometimes it's obviously not fun when I get screamed at by um our enterprise manager, and team manager is very nice. Team
Okay, I'm
manager is very
guilty.
nice person.
Like, you know,
That is such a lie.
Just have to say
no, I still remember like when we were talking with Gaurav about joining like for World, because normally like teams like especially like before we go for World fans, like national fans where everyone's tested like the best of the best, and then for Worlds nobody changes their teams. So, like the changes are very minimal. Like but over here when we were going for like Worlds, like we came to the realization that maybe we're not all best suited for the roles that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Like we realized Rohan's potential with engineering during nationals was like while using graphics, he's also helping Rakshan side by side with design. And so like you know what, let's put Rohan as research and development. There was this role of graphic design just avoid. And then that's when like I remember because Gaurav was in my class, so I asked him like do you know this? And he's like, I don't know it, but I'll learn it. And so, and this is before I even said it was for F1. He just did it like because I asked him to do it. And then, like for the uniforms, he sent like 15 samples of uniforms without even me asking for it. I just asked for like two or three, and he sent me 15. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe this might just work. And at that time, I remember like, all of our mentors were like saying, like, putting a new person in world finals with no prior experience with F1, could backfire on us. But then, like, we took a risk, and I'm pretty sure the risk paid off because, the amazing graphics that God is making, like, it's tip top.
Agreed, agreed. For those of you who don't know, Gaurav does not follow F1. He did not know about F1 in schools before he joined F1. He just joined a random F1 in schools teams. But I'm pretty sure you know about F1 in schools now, don't you? You better know about F1 in schools.
I know. I know everything. Don't worry about it.
Okay, we'll trust you on that. Actually, yesterday I was going through like nationals, like the mementos and stuff, and I still have that ID card and stuff saved. Do you guys still have it from nationals?
Yeah,
I think I have it right next to me.
Do you really? Oh damn!
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, that one. The team member. It's so good because I was just going through like my stuff and I saw the team member, the ID card, and I was like, that's so cool because we wore those ID cards during nationals. Do you guys remember the date the competition was held? Let's test your knowledge.
29th.
That's a mistake Rohan always makes. Just for backstory, so our competition was actually held June 26th, 2022, and our award ceremony was June 29th, 2022. And we had like this poster that we had to put all the dates on, and Rohan writes June 29th, 2022. Our competition was held, and yeah, we roasted Rohan at least I think 2 days for that because it's honestly sad if you don't remember when the
That
competition
really
was.
scarred me.
pretty sure. I am pretty sure it did. But okay, let me ask you like some serious questions now. If you guys had to give like one advice, right, to your juniors who are entering F1 in schools this year or who are going to nationals, let's say that's 4x4, F1 in schools, Formula Ethara, whatever, what would you tell them? What's that one, just one piece of advice in one line? What would you tell them?
To persevere, because like it seems like like every team in Formula One feels like the whole world is against them. Because when they you see problems, like you see every step of the way there's some boulder or obstacle. Like even for us during nationals, we felt like the whole world, like as if it was our destiny not to go to nationals, because that was the problems that we faced. But you need to learn to persevere through all of that. So definitely to have that grit and the strength of mind to persevere through all the pain, because definitely the rewards are so worth it.
Agreed, agreed. That feeling when you know like you're winning, right? Even our video is there, by the way, award ceremony. The way that all of us were in shock when we saw Nautilus national champions. I jumped out of my seat. All my friends were jumping on me because they still couldn't well believe that we won. And sadly, Dhruv wasn't there because he had COVID back then. But that was funny actually because we had like a delay in our school. And Dhruv got to know technically before us, 2 seconds before us. And we were just sitting there and we had absolutely no reaction. And Dhruv was like, oh, we won. And
I was like, wait, was there
there.
another team called Nautilus or something that was there, or like, it's us, right? Because you guys were not doing anything. I'm like, wait, why am I celebrating?
Exactly, because we had absolutely no reaction. That makes sense. What about you, Rohan? Just one line of
Well,
advice.
my advice is just to have fun. Just enjoy the whole journey, because like if you don't enjoy what you're doing in the team, it affects the entire team's morale, and also in turn affects the performance. So if you just enjoy what you're doing, and the results will follow. That's it.
Some wise words said. That's so true. The entire team's morale goes down. Those are the wisest words one has ever said. What about you, Dakshin?
Yeah, I mean, so this is what I think. You should work hard and not look at the results. So what working hard, that's in your hands, but the results it's not. So after like the competition, you should not like think like, oh, if we did this much harder, we could have won this. No, you should have given your best, and whatever comes, let it be.
Okay.
That's what I feel.
Agreed. It's a
Hema, what about you? What is your advice?
Oh, it's my advice is please be ready for sponsorships. Trust me, when I joined F1 in schools, I was like, easy. I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna call companies. They're going to be like, yes, Hema, of course we're going to sponsor you. Take our money away. We're ready to show our logo. But no, those companies. I mean, technically they're looking to invest somewhere, but it's not that easy. You have to do some hardcore. You're going to have to do a lot of research, and you can't just go into it. Emailing. I tried so many things. I tried emailing, LinkedIn. When all of that failed, I came back to calling, and that's what worked for me. But again, different tools work for different sponsorship managers. So yes, just please be ready for sponsorships, and yeah, all the teams out there. I feel like take a person with really good communication skills and you think that that person can let's say do this stunt with someone. If you are trying to get someone as a sponsorship manager, I'd say try to make them convince you about something, and if you're convinced and if you're sold, that's a good sponsorship manager right there, because I'd say that's their job. So I definitely say that's true. What about you,
Very
Gaurav?
wise words. Very
Oh,
wise
thank
words
you.
from enterprise manager. I doubt I'll buy anything from her, but yeah, definitely nicely done.
See,
Gaurav,
you
what's
don't.
your advice for
Not gonna lie, but Dhruv,
like yeah.
you're being very nice today. Like on this podcast, like just a bit like out of the ordinary nice.
Agreed.
It's a bit artificial.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Artificial.
lie. Just like yeah. Oh yeah, for me,
Guys, mhm, continue.
I mean most of it's been said, but like for I guess it's a journey where you learn a lot of stuff, you'll go through all the experiences which you would normally experience in your job life. I think Dhruv already said that in the start, but like, yeah, I'll just say that again. I don't have anything else to say because everything has been said. So,
No problem. But yes, I definitely say that. I mean, even as a science student, right? F1 in schools teaches me a little about terms like ROI or CSR that I didn't know as a science student. So it's like it just opens your outlook to so many things, and it opens doors to so many fields.
You know what? Actually, Hema, I'll take it up from now. Let's turn the tables. Um, Rakshan, so as you know, the new World Finance regulations has been drastically different from that of nationals. So how are you coping up with that?
Yeah, it's definitely been a challenge, like, but the good part it levels the playing field. It like yeah, and we have to do a lot of work and more research, but it's interesting. So we are working hard, and we are up for the challenge.
So that's like my catchphrase from nationals, which I said in a very weird manner because I was sleep deprived. But yeah, so like that's true actually because you have fun when it's something new and interesting and challenging. Definitely, it's very fun. Rohan, how's your experience going from graphics to research and development from nationals to worlds? Like it's a different department itself.
Well, to be honest, when I joined F1 schools, I wanted to do engineering and work with the car, you know. So the transition, it's been new. Like engineering's been new to me, but of course, I love doing engineering. I love everything about it. So far, I'm enjoying it, and we hope to produce a good car.
Yeah, I'm sure you will produce a good car. Just to confirm, I think my Wi-Fi cut off, so thank you for continuing. I have currently some work going on in my house. That's why I apologize for all of that. Anyway,
Hema, what about you? How's the step up from nationals to worlds in terms of sponsorships? Is it easier or is it tougher?
I mean, the budget is like, let's say, it's so much more. And plus, during nationals, I was just a proper sponsorship manager, right? But when you come to worlds, you have so many more things to look at, just sustainability and everything. You have to look at marketing, digital media, traditional media. You need to correlate sustainability to environment and then industrial sustainability. There's so many things to look at. So I'd say World Finals is just so much. It's a wider scope in general, and you're going to have to. No one's laughing a lot. I'm like, I'm just wondering what's going on over there.
I don't know, it just comes naturally to me.
Okay, never mind. But yes, it's just so much wider, and there's so many things to even add on to your budget. And again, you're going through. So you are your national. You are your country's national champions, but you're going against these other national champions also. And it just that competition gets 10 times harder, and therefore you have to work 20 to 30 times harder. So yes, it's a really big change. At the beginning, it was harder, but yes, I think it's good now. It never gets better. So let's just say, hopefully, my Singapore gets better. I am so distracted by Rohan's outline. I don't know. I'm giving advice, guys. This is wise words. You guys need to
Yep.
store this. Just like write
Yeah.
it down. You should be taking notes.
Definitely.
Hema said this today. Take notes of all of those.
The Hema advice.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't be
It'll,
bothered.
it'll help you in life. Trust me, it'll help you in life. You guys need to be at least be sweet at least for the podcast. This is not fair.
only Dhruv is answering for the
No,
I was
thanks.
accused of being too sweet on the podcast right now, so like I don't know what to do. Like, should I balance it out with some fire opinions or like I don't know, but yeah, I mean,
Let's stick to sweet.
yeah, let's stick to sweet. That's better. Sweet's better.
Well, yeah, let's stick to sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll hand it over back to you because I took it like when your Wi-Fi went off. But yeah, definitely you can take it back. I mean,
Yes,
unless you
thank you.
want me to do it, maybe I'm better at this than you.
I don't.
I
You know,
don't think
I'll take it. No one asked for your opinion, Gaurav.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I agree.
Okay,
Thank you.
Drew's better.
guys. Shush. I won't curse. Okay, anyway. Just last question before we end the first episode of the podcast. What is that one thing? Okay, I can't frame my question, but how do I frame my question?
And Dhruv, you can frame it. I'm pretty sure.
I feel for framing a question, you need to have a good extensive
Context
knowledge
about
of
the
English.
question.
Yeah, you
Okay,
need to
bro.
understand English. So,
Oh yeah.
I know. I know English. Trust me.
uh-huh.
I know
Do you?
English.
And
Yes, I
still
do.
you can't frame the question.
Honestly,
Honestly,
Slap
it's
on.
yes.
Okay, can we stop with Hema bullying session, please? Okay. Just
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, it is.
no, it's not fun.
it is. Even
Okay,
It
no
okay.
one's
is.
laughing at that.
Okay, I
No
got
one's
my
laughing
question.
at
I
the
got my
Hema
question.
bullying system.
So, from nationals to world finals, right? I'm pretty sure you guys must have like your skill set must have doubled in size or must have increased even more. So, what are those extra skills that you have learned on your journey to world finals that you didn't know previously when you were in nationals? Start off with Dhruv. Sorry.
Um, such a deep question requires some deep thinking, but off the top of my head, I think I can say the skills like perseverance. I feel like I'm stressing on this point way too much, but it's very important because before I joined this competition, I was a very hot-headed person. Like the minute I see something like that's not right, like my first instinct is to get pissed or get angry. But in nationals, especially, like you see so much obstacles, you get frustrated, you get angry, and then you reach a breaking point. But then you go past your breaking point where you're like calm, even though everything's going completely berserk, but you're just calm.
Uh-huh.
So you explore this new facet of your own self that you yourself didn't know that existed. And definitely, like it teaches you a lot about yourself. So like, for example, like I think Gaurav can relate to this better because you learn new softwares in a matter of like 1 month, where like, people who have done it before you might take like 5 or 6 weeks, but you do it like 4 weeks. So, the adrenaline or whatever may it be, you like discover yourself through this competition. Like, what's your limits? What can you do? Like, what's the limits to your power? So, definitely, that's quite a skill itself. I mean, it's not a skill, but it's definitely something you learn about yourself.
Uh-huh.
Such
I'll
a
have you guys
philosophical
know.
answer.
I'll have you guys know Dhruv is so calm now. He doesn't shout at us at all. He's like the best team manager.
Definitely.
He's so sweet. Just before we
Definitely.
started this podcast, we were getting all of us got shoutings because we weren't ready. Okay, never mind. But he's so sweet now. Trust me, he's so sweet. Just absolutely a saint.
Absolutely no sarcasm in that.
Guys, me and sarcasm, two different things.
Never be a thing, mate.
Definitely.
What about you, Rakshan? I mean, there's a whole new Halo. There's a driver's helmet. You have to have new skills, definitely for World Finals. What have you learned?
News.
Nah, I don't need skills. I was already smart.
Yes. Apart from that,
The one constant
apart
through
from that,
worlds
it's
and
just
nationals is Rakshan's, intellect and his perceived sense of smartness. Definitely.
100%.
yes. So, yeah, just like in World Fans, I've been able to just work harder and longer hours and just like unlock like the skill set of hard work.
Yeah, Rakshan has finally cracked it after so many years. Yeah, agreed. I feel like hard work and just working long hours is something that's set in all of us. And it also helps in school, actually. I couldn't sit for more than 2 hours earlier. I still can't, but I try to because I have fun in school. Okay, before we end this episode, anything else you guys want to say?
You forgot Gaurav and Rohan. Like, come on.
Bro,
See,
I
that's the
wasn't
thing,
there,
right?
fam.
That's the thing. I know. Yeah, he was in the nationals first of all. And Rohan's just going to be like, guys, fun.
Uh, I was about to say time management because we had fun time. A lot of,
Oh,
well,
just let him speak.
they call it time management.
My bad. Continue, Rohan. How about time management? What did you learn?
Well, I mean, it's not me; it's the whole team. Because
Uh-huh.
judging by national finals, they really improved on our time management. Everything is planned now, and we're not keeping anything last minute. Uh, yeah, and so I just wanted to say that. That's it.
Yes, I really apologize. My bad. But yeah, that is true. Time management is something we're at least trying really hard. I feel like it's just Nautilus, right? Nautilus is just a team that likes things, likes things at the end moment. But anyway, we're really trying to
Yeah,
work on that.
But we work best under pressure.
Exactly. That's an important skill to have, right? Nautilus,
Yeah.
we work best under pressure, and we do not
Yeah.
crack. That's very important.
I feel like that's what
Exactly.
our national strengthened us a lot for Worlds. But the good thing about Worlds is they've got something called project management portfolio, and that has helped this team a lot. And we plan a lot of stuff now. Definitely, like last minute's like part of the competition, but definitely we have planned a lot. So Rohan's time management. I hope I've done you proud, Rohan.
Yeah, definitely. Like coming to Worlds, like our emotional strength has improved a lot.
Yes. Agreed. Emotional strength, yes, that's true too. I mean, it's so important, right? I feel like this is not talked about enough, but well-being in F1 and your mental health in F1 is so important. There's so many times that you just want to, you know,
Just give up.
exactly,
But like,
and you get burnt out very easily. I definitely say that's something with F1. If you don't get your rewards, and that's something that happens with engineering and enterprise, and I even say graphics actually, it happens with everyone. We try to do something for so long, but we don't get the results. So it's very easy to get burnt out. But again, then we come
That's
back
when
to
you should.
Rohan's point. Have fun.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like, we were part of another STEM competition called 4x4. Like, we were different teams at that time, but, with all these, STEM competition, not just F1 in school, like the STEM's like wider competitions as well. Like, having to deal with all of this with a sound mind is, it's quite of a challenge, but definitely, you know, at that moment of time, you feel weak, you feel vulnerable, you feel sad, but it hardens you up for like what you're yet to see when you start working, because like at that point of time the rejections or the whatever will come your way, the obstacles, because it's not going to be easy, but we are definitely more prepared for it through these competitions.
Agreed. 100% agreed. All right. Anything else you guys want to say before we end this episode?
Drew's villain face will resume very soon.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want this podcast to end.
Yeah.
Because Dhruv is gonna come back to his normal self. No, guys, trust me. Yeah, he's a very sweet boy. Like an
I'm scared.
Yeah, exactly. Sweet.
like an absolute saint. Trust me, he's very sweet. Okay, I guess with that, then we come to the end of the first episode of SubSecond. Stay tuned for the next episode where a special guest will be joining us. And until next time, bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.
Bye.